everybody. I'm here with my dear friend Nath. Hi, Nath.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me, Linda.
He's in Portugal. Look at the beautiful sunshine. So
It's going to
you're
be
doing an
sunset pretty.
eclipse gig. You're doing an eclipse gig.
Well, I, I'm glad you're asking the question. So I am actually doing a class. It's a 6 months class on YouTube. Every month there is a show, and it's free. So everyone can. It's at every 12th of the month there is a particular class related to the eclipse that's happening in August. So between now and August, every month there's a class, and it's about eclipse and the topic of shadow work, the collective shadow,
Very
which is
interesting.
also what's
Yeah.
happening. And then personally, I will be in Mallorca in June, in August for the actual eclipse, but I'm not organizing anything there. However, some people are aware that I will be there and they're coming just
Just to
because
hook
they
up.
also
Yeah, yeah,
want to
because
join.
you're
So
very
if there's some
crowded.
people, I'll meet them, and of course, but there's no particular. The class itself is actually available for everyone. It's free. And you can go on my YouTube channel. There's a playlist, and it's really about bringing people to do shadow work because we're going to talk about current events. About right now, we're seeing as a collective our shadow, like the darker side of our country and the darker side. But we also work, with our own shadow. Things are happening to us, particularly right now, where we have to face changes. And so this class is really about that. So it's free, it's on YouTube. I'm so glad you mentioned it because
Yes.
anyone can watch those classes. Yeah.
Yeah. And you have a magazine also. That's really cool.
I have a magazine. This is the second version, and it is digital, $10 digital or $20 paper. A lot of people like the paper, but $10 is good
Yeah.
for the environment. There's no
You got
paper.
recipes and
And
everything.
it has recipes, it has astrological prediction, it has look at those recipes.
I love it.
Uh, and also communications with animals. There's runes, learning about the road. So
Yeah, I've got to learn
52
about that.
pages. Yeah, no commercials. So I think it's a great deal.
I think so too. Thank you. I love it. You had the
Thank you.
horoscope for the next 3 months on the last one.
Yes, yes. And then, so yeah, the link is just on my regular link. You can find that.
Now listen, Dace, energetically, all the stuff that's getting ready to happen. I don't know why I think this will end sooner than it began. I feel this war is somehow going to end. I'm not quite sure how. And Trump says when it's over, it's up to me to decide. He thinks he's all that in a cup of tea. But I the the heartache and the spilt blood that's going on right now, it's this is my hit, is that it's beginning of a new beginning. It's once this is over, we're done with it. Sure, there's a new guy that could be worse than the old guy in Iran, but you'll be surprised what the people may do in
Mhm.
Iran.
When, I did a show like almost like on the first day of the war, and that was on a Saturday, like Friday to Saturday, and I was getting 6 weeks.
Okay.
So I feel like in April, it looks to me more like a ceasefire, in the sense that there won't be like war activities. Of course, not everything will be resolved. Like there will still be tensions and there will still be here and there. But I think there will be, from what I see, a ceasefire. And logically, it kind of makes sense. This cannot go on for too long on both sides.
Right. You just said you read a client that said, oh, Linda said that Iran was going to get hit last year. But I feel Netanyahu's going. Now, right now, there's a whole bunch of rumors on the social media that he is already gone. But I feel once he's gone, you'll find a turnaround.
Yes, that's changing a lot of those energies once it's gone. I am not getting the sense like he is dead at this
Okay. Well,
second.
probably not
Not
now because it's
feeling,
mostly rumor.
but though I can feel like the end is coming quite soon for him.
Okay.
Yes. And I
I've
don't see
always
him,
felt it.
yes. And like they have elections, maybe like it's after the summer or something. And
Yeah.
I don't, and in any case,
I
it's
don't feel
not
it.
in the
Yeah.
future.
Crickets.
You know?
Yep. And I know they're after Trump. Everybody keeps writing to Iran. You know he's at Mar-a-Lago all the time.
Yes.
But I don't see them hitting Trump. I just don't see that happening.
No. I also saw a clash between Netanyahu and Trump where there's like, yes, I really got that hit that there's going to be some sort of divide.
Well, you know what's interesting? Now, the Jewish nation was after Netanyahu. They don't like what's going on. But a lot of those people were clapping and happy about the deaths of the Palestinians in Gaza. And they were showing in all the pieces of them, a lot of Israel's people leaving in airports, crying, sobbing, trying to get out of even Palestine. Everybody's exiting. And it's like so weird that karma came back so fast.
Yeah. I think the karma aspect is accelerating right now because, timelines are being accelerated. Things are moving faster now than they were last year. Everyone can feel that. No matter how psychic you are, everyone is psychic, but we can all feel things. You see now things moving very, very fast. And so that includes karmic destiny, where leaders are going to face more and more what they put out and receive what they put in. I know we all feel that it's not coming soon enough for Trump. I get that, but it's coming.
It's coming. We can't give you the time or the day. That's the one thing you should never predict, really. I mean, we can get kind of, but they work at their own pace.
Yes. Yes. And, right now, this war is not going at all the way that he was planning it would go. And I feel like he needs some sort of victory, but what is going to be that victory? There's He's going to find a way. I think he's going to find a way that is going to say mission accomplished, and he's going to find that day what was the mission. Not now, but that day.
Even if he has to make it up. Oh yeah, the stock
Yeah.
market's dropping now. You know why? Is because that the strait is being plugged with bombs.
Yes. So the
And I
strait
remember
is
I kept seeing
officially,
ships being caught on fire, and that's
yeah,
happening as we speak.
I think they officially declared that the strait area was actually a zone of war.
Hmm.
So and there's some bombs, not that many, but there are bombs there. Like the Iranians have put bombs there, not too many, so that the Chinese boats can go through
Can get
because
through,
they
yeah.
want to let, so they can't really put that many.
But listen, the Chinese are helping them, and let me tell you, the Chinese know what they're doing more than Putin. The Chinese are on it.
They're so happy right now because they're helping Iran behind everyone's back, and they're gonna get their oil, they're gonna get their product goes through the Strait of Hormuz, and they're seeing the US struggling.
They like that, and I don't blame them because sometimes we can be pretty. I'm telling you, I see a more peaceful life finally coming after Trump and his people are gone. Because
Yes.
Iran, if America gets rid of Trump, by voting or however we do it, then they might have a little bit more, like good. Well, they got rid of the devil.
Yeah. No, for sure. For sure. I mean, I feel like what's gonna happen in April, in May, all the way to June, those months are very, very important. Summer shifts the energy completely, but those
Yeah.
next few months, it's like fasten your seatbelt.
Yeah, but I also see terrorist action taking place. And
In
I
the
see I see shock and awe, and I
Mhm.
see that everybody will be furious at the Trump administration for firing all the FBI agents that were working on all this terrorist stuff. There was people that were doing intel, and they fired them all. And it's like they could have protected us, but no.
You're right. When you said Intel, I see a big problem where the Intel is completely diverted to not the safety of the nation, but to Trump's, you know, whatever he wants to do. And it's not purposely used for protecting us.
Yes, exactly. So, question from Three Cats: why is Lindsey Graham so unhinged? He's acting so crazy. He's an
Yes,
alcoholic, first of all.
yes. Well, I feel like a big aspect of his behavior is that, of course, Trump's has so much information on him, and I mean, I think we all know that.
Yeah.
And so Trump plays with him, like a cat, like, oh, you're not helping me. I'll put some information out there. You're helping me, I'll protect you. And so I feel like it's just being puppet played by Trump.
Also, he's being hounded by, if he's gay. Being gay is no sin. If he
No,
came out and said, yes, I'm in a wonderful relationship, blah, 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 nobody
but
would.
it
Oh, look
is
at
not
this.
doing that. Yes.
Hold on.
Watch me twirl. Daddy, watch. Daddy, watch me twirl. Daddy, watch. Daddy, watch me twirl. Daddy, watch.
Somebody said that was,
Watch. Daddy.
what's his name? That was Lindsey Graham.
Well,
He's
he's
really
very
making, I'll go to my grave on Israel's side. Yeah, whatever.
he's being toyed by Trump and he's feeling insecure.
Yeah. He wants to be,
That's the
he
simple
craves
fact.
attention like he did from McLean.
Yes,
He craves being
yes,
the water boy for Trump. You want to go to the golf course, yes, may I please? Daddy,
yes.
watch me twirl. Watch me
He
twirl.
has that energy. I know.
Um, Luke Luckkill says, are we being lied to about the death toll of troops so far?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And they were able, that special ops that landed on the ground, half of them are dead and half of them are in prison. And notice there's not one word but from the U.S. about where they're at.
I feel like it's definitely in the hundreds. I feel maybe even 500. And they're not talking very much of the wounded, but I can tell you, sadly, there are a lot
Oh,
of them.
yes, that one German hospital is totally closed to any new patients. But they were even saying, I don't know if it's Pam Bondi or somebody says, well, if we bring out back the draft, let me tell you something. There's families out there that will fight, that will not. They said they're getting overloaded by people saying, I want out of this military. Because it's not a
Mm.
war worth dying for.
Well, it's no one can connect with the goal of wars because they never really said what the goal were. And sometimes I listen to Trump and he said, like when the bodies came back and he had the ceremony with his baseball cap on and all of that. And then he said, oh, all those parents that lost their children, they came to me and they said, sir, please, sir,
Always with the sir.
finish the job. We only have one request. Just finish the job.
Oh
This
my
is
God, that's such a
so
lie.
wrong.
I did
Such a
hear that. Oh my
I
God.
heard that and it sounded such a lie.
Well, he's lying when he starts off with sir. Because
That's
if
the
it was
first
me,
proof.
I'd say, you know what? I'll have your head, you punk ass. Okay. So somebody asked, Tamar said, is France going to hit Musk? Are they going to prosecute him?
Well, not personally, but the business side, which then will be a problem for him personally. Yes, this is
Yeah.
going all the way. And the EU as well. Yeah.
Lorraine wants to know, and I can tell you a big yes on this one. Do you see any of Trump's kids being held liable?
Oh,
Absolutely.
Yes.
I often saw Jared Kushner in a jumpsuit in jail.
Yes. I mean, Ivanka's not, I mean,
She's she'll turn
she's
she'll
from the
turn against
same.
them. I never
Oh,
saw
yeah.
her going to jail, but they're going to get in trouble. Their monies are going to be taken from them, by the way.
She turned against the dad. She will turn against the husband.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
like
But the
she's.
money aspect, yeah, there's so much going on with the money. Yeah.
Can you imagine they were over there letting all those poor Gaza people to die so he could build hotels? It's just terrible.
And we were talking about karma, something we discussed on your show before. Any hotels building will be
Oh,
this,
built on the
will be
bones
an
of these.
earthquake,
Oh,
will be, yes.
and they just arrested a whole bunch of Israelis here in New York who were running a system of harvesting, uh, hearts and livers and stuff from the dead Palestinians. They're just so bad. And do
Ah,
you remember all
it,
those guys hitting that things, demanding they could be put in so they could rape the prisoners? And
it's
that
just
whole child thing. There's so many that are involved with. I don't know what the heck, you know.
I know.
The Jews that I know and my family knew that were from the day that they were so persecuted. And then they said if you do the DNA of the blood of most of the people there, they won't be true Jewish people. The true Jewish people are very few and far between.
Yeah,
So, but there's good. That's what, it's hard because there's good Jewish people.
of course. And what I think we're infuriated right now is the direction of Israel as a country and the government of Israel, who is completely involved in all of this. But the people, that's a whole different story. It would be the equivalent of saying, Americans and Trump. Obviously, we don't equate to our government.
Yeah, yeah. Dehydrated said, what was the real reason the FBI team that specializes on Iran fired before the conflict started up? I thought Israel fired before the conflicts started up.
So what? I didn't
The
get the
question's like,
question.
why did the FBI that specializes in Iran fire before the conflicts started up? Well, we fired after Israel.
Well,
Netanyahu took it
yes,
upon himself. Ooh. Nancy says, with the new information, forensic evidence is found and identified at Zorro Ranch that it's possible
yes,
additional charges will be brought against Ghislaine Maxwell. They're going to find bodies.
yes. Oh, that ranch for sure.
Yeah. They're already back in there. It's interesting that Trump hasn't pulled them out.
And you don't see her, I don't see her being pardoned. I don't see her
I
being
never
pardoned.
saw her, but it's weird because he wants to pardon her.
Well, yeah, that would make things, but he can't. It would just, his own people would be so
They
against
would
it
turn. It's
because
already there. His own people are turning against him now. He can't risk it.
have you seen that there was, and I didn't have time to watch this, but there's an inmate that is talking that was in the jail where Epstein was found dead, and they
Yes.
reported, all the anomalies, if you will. And it was like 15 things that were completely like, and so even like the FBI was saying, this is just too odd to have those
Oh
15.
yeah. Oh, he was
So,
murdered. He was murdered.
well, yeah, but I felt like this is like maybe adding more and more
Well,
information to
there was a
finding.
guy who was in that exact jail, not with Epstein, but he knows how they run. He said, "No way did you get the cameras down, this
That's
down."
right.
Nobody. He said that was a hit.
All of this. And it's just not possible to have 15 different anomalies that go at the same time, statistically impossible. And so I get the sense like more information will come.
Love it.
I mean,
Uh, Listen, after the Trump thing regime goes down, we are going to get so much. And I see that money being, I don't care if he put it in Switzerland. We'll tell Switzerland, give us the money, block it, like we did with Putin.
I
We
know,
blocked money he
I know.
had in other countries.
Freeze, freeze
And
everything.
to pay us back for everything you've done. Do you ever see the ballroom getting finished?
No.
Okay, I felt that back when he started it, like something would come up. I see a skeleton out thing, but I
Yes,
see
but
people are.
yeah,
The president of the United States, I think he'll be gone before the voting, but I see that because I think somebody else may run, maybe JD or Marco. But I see whoever the new one coming in is going to not necessarily move in right away because they have to clear it out, get all that fake
okay.
J.C. Penney stuff off the walls.
The drapes with the gold and then I think it's not clean.
No, no, it probably smells like crazy. I'd change all those toilets. Will Trump's pardon? Oh, this is interesting. Will Trump's pardons insulate his cabinet from war crimes? Nope.
No.
Got nothing to do with the U.S. It'll be the whole world will hit them with
Yes.
against humanity.
Yes, crime against humanities, and whether and then there's also state where maybe
Yeah.
pardon at the federal level, but the state will not.
And let me
They
tell you
can't.
guys something. This won't be at a snail's pace. I feel like bada bing, bada boom. I feel like it'll take place because America will be done. They're just done. And they need to see prosecution. You know, they need to see
And
that these
justice,
people, yeah. You
fairness,
know,
just
before when he was in office and he caused such chaos, Biden tried to keep the even keel. He didn't want to create chaos. They couldn't do anything with the Epstein files because it was under seal while Max whatever her name is just
Maxwell, Gillette,
was
Maxwell.
being prosecuted. But I see that bada bing, bada boom. I see a lot of stuff coming up and more information coming out. We are just gonna. It'll get to where it's just too overwhelming. It's just too much.
Oh,
But
it's going to be an everyday thing, every day.
But we need that money back so they can start getting people health care. They can start feeding the poor. They're going to bring back a lot of
Yeah.
that. And why are did you see all these Congress people or even from other states, especially the red states, having assaulted their own children and going to jail? Oh, it's
Yeah.
terrible.
And they're not doing town hall meetings. They're just afraid of their constituents. They're feeling the pressure. And they're squeezed into the pressure from their constituents, the upcoming midterms, and then the loyalty to Trump. They're squeezed.
Yeah. Yep. So how do you see the U.S. in the way of terrorist actions and sleeper cells? I'm seeing some explosions, but I can't tell you where.
I'm not feeling clear on that. There can be, but I just don't see anything like massive, like
No,
9/11
no,
or anything like
not
that.
like 9/11. Not like
No,
9/11.
some small, yes. And, I got to tell you, I think it could be continental US, but clearly consulate or embassies overseas.
Oh, that's
Yes.
already happening. Yeah.
Yes. And more and more.
Now, what can you tell me? I don't know what you've read already on her about Erica Trump. Trump just gave her a position on the Air Force board. She's a Nussenberger. I'm going to
Every
throw
time,
real quick on Erica Trump.
yes. Every time I pull cards on the tarot about her points, money, 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 money. So I got to think that this is tied to her being paid, making money, having a deal. Let's look.
She's
But
got
every
trouble
time,
coming on the horizon. I can see it.
oh,
She's going to
it's
be in
another
trouble.
karma direction.
And this thing against Charlie Kirk, and this is, in entertainment purposes only, but this was a hit. This was a planned hit, and she knew about it.
Very correct.
But they're going to run the staff's half mast for him, but
I
not a
know.
thing for our Reverend Jesse Jackson.
I know.
Although Governor Newsom made us all put our flags at half mast. Yeah, she's putting herself in a box, my friend.
Yeah.
It's about money, but she's not getting the money she wants. They're
No.
not getting the money they want. Oh, thank you. So what I'm seeing is people walking away. I don't think they like the smell of it. I think they
It's
kind of know she's
fishy.
up to no good.
It's fishy. It's fishy. I got the Five of Pentacles. There's going to be a money problem again, like for
Yes.
her. Money she's counting on that's not coming through. News coming. The judgment is coming.
Yes. She's got another boyfriend coming up. She's hooked on another man. But she's at the crossroads and it's not very good. A lot of information will come out, even about how she disregards her children.
Yeah. More things are going to come out about the turning point.
Yeah. So what do you see about I gotta ask about her. Kristi Noem. Is she just kind of going off? I saw her getting that new appointment because Trump didn't want, because see, she could blab. And Trump wanted to act like, well, I'm putting you in charge of this made up thing, okay? And you'll report to Stephen Miller, who doesn't like her. And who else? Hedgehog? And she said, I'm looking so forward to showing up to work to, blah. And I almost felt, it sounds funny, but I felt like, it's like, oh, see that cubicle over there? Well, that's where you're going to sit. And here's a box of files. Can you put these away? But she won't say anything out loud because she doesn't want to look bad.
I felt also that she believes that this job is a real job. I think she's going to be real surprised. She thinks it's a promotion of sorts. It's not. It's basically a box, but she thinks it's a big thing.
She
There's going to
thought
be
she
a
was getting it. Well, it helped her ego too. I want to thank the
but I mean,
president for this advanced. The thing is, she'll still cut a paycheck, which she'll be happy
yeah,
about, but she's not going to live off the fat of the land like she did before.
and not getting the same benefits or the treatment. And she's in for a big surprise here. She's in for a big surprise. She's going to shrink.
That's what I'm seeing. It was so unbecoming of her for her birthday to go to a Mexican restaurant and wearing a sombrero and thinking that was cute after they hurt all these Hispanics. It was terrible.
She is, I mean, what was really shocking because she was fired after that hearing that ran really badly, but even Republicans were after her.
Oh yeah. So what do you think about the other biatch that's coming in? Uh, uh, they're gonna talk to her too.
Oh, Bondi?
Yeah.
Well, she's a bit. Bondi's a different animal here because she protects Trump.
Yeah, and he likes
So
that.
I
He's
don't,
very loyal.
and she has. I mean, from the get-go, she's been involved with Epstein and the file. She knows what's in the file. She knows. So he can't, I don't think he can fire her.
No, and also if he fired her, she would blab like crazy.
But she's going to have a hard time in hearings. Um, what do you think of the replacement for Noem?
For who?
Kristi Noem, like the
Oh,
new
that guy
ICE.
Mullen. Yeah, negative. Trump is. I can't tell you exactly when, but his reign is nearly over. And then they'll all go in line for the Nuremberg
But yeah,
trials.
I
So
feel
listen.
though that with Noam leaving, there's a little bit of a domino effect. Like I feel like I see the domino. So is Patel the next one? I almost feel like
Oh,
it's not Hexet because with the war, it's just not the right timing. But I feel like it could be Patel.
interesting. Yeah, and I feel Bibi. I feel Bibi is going,
Oh
and
yeah.
I feel Putin is going. But listen, I was watching my favorite series because it's flatline and it's funny and I don't have to go into chaos, called The Nanny. It was a series out here. And she talked about Columbo. There was a series
Mhm.
out here named Columbo with Peter something was his name. And you know, he had the eyes, he had the glass eye from an accident he had. And she said, "Oh, it's like Columbo, you know. You watch the show, you figure it out in the first 5 minutes who did it, and the rest of the time during the whole show, you're trying to figure out which eye is the glass eye." And I made just now when we were talking about him, it made me think they're such funny memes on. But him dancing and drinking the beer, and him spend. You know, Trump doesn't like you spending his money.
Oh no.
The people he fired before in his first administration were buying those $1,000 tables, and he got
Yes.
rid of them.
Remember Musk when he had the car, Trump had to buy a Tesla.
Yes.
Remember all
And then when they had a falling out, he said, "Get rid of that car. I don't want to see it." Yeah. And his numbers are going down in the stock market.
yes.
So listen, Shelley just said BB hasn't been seen in 4 days. And you
Yes.
know his brother was killed. So they
Oh,
got
like
the home.
recent. Oh
BB's
wow.
brother was killed in a bombing. That's been confirmed, but they're not talking about him. He's probably, you know what a chicken he is. He's probably hiding
Hiding
somewhere.
somewhere.
He might even be
Yeah,
in the
just
United States.
well, the plane his plane, his plane was in Germany, but he was not in Germany. That was very strange.
Yeah. Does Iran have any proof that Trump or any cabinet members committed treason? Iran. Well, they said they were coming. No, I don't. They were coming to an agreement. They were just as surprised as everyone. They,
I
you know,
think they had
Netanyahu
that
was
much.
like, "Uh oh, they're coming to
Yeah.
agreement. I better bomb them now."
Yes.
Oh, interesting. Somebody asked, "Are the tariff funds sitting in the U.S. Treasury?"
I mean, a lot of that money has been spent.
It's been spent. A lot of it went in Trump's pocket. And
It's
then you
it's
got Kristi Noem spending it, and you got Cross-eyed McGee spending it to send his
in
girlfriend
jet.
to and from.
And when he went to the Olympics with the
Yes,
private jet to the hockey players on a dime
yeah, and also he sends his girlfriend everywhere. She has to
with
have
that private
FBI
jet.
coverage to go perform wherever she's at.
Well, Noam had the bedroom in her jet. They showed photo during the hearing. You
And
saw
also, did
that?
you see the senators brought up the F plane? So what does this mean? Are you having relations with? And she denied it. Her husband was sitting
I
right
know.
there. And they said that what's his name, Wachowski or something. They said he was
Yeah.
the one running the whole show. He was like a little Mussolini.
And
You
they
had to
asked,
ask his permission for everything.
I don't know who's the senator who asked if she was sexually involved with him, and she would not answer.
Oh,
And
she didn't
so
answer.
she would not answer, and she said, I reclaim my time, like all of this stuff, because that's not relevant. And they said it's absolutely relevant. This is someone who's working for you. And so it's a massive conflict of interest. And the American people need to know how you're running your administration. Oh, that was so bad.
I love it. I love it. Well, it was an email of him telling her, "Are we going to take the F plane, the F mobile, which is like, you know, where they do their. Why would they have that fancy bed? We were getting ready to change it. No, you weren't. And you know who
No, she
else?
wouldn't even, the lies, she wouldn't even, by having this bedroom, I saved the American people so much money. My God, the lies.
Oh, and you know, uh, uh, they Hedgehog. He's bought like $98,000 worth of crab and this and that for his parties that he does. And they saw him drinking like a fish.
Oh, it is a drinker.
He drinks what he was supposed to look like water, but it's vodka.
Hmm.
And he promised he wouldn't drink anymore. That's what I always picked up from him. He's going to get over drunk and do something stupid.
Oh, with a woman, I always felt that from the
Yeah.
first day.
Yeah. He's getting ready to go down.
A question for you, maybe from me.
Yeah.
I saw Trump going above and beyond how Rubio's can't never fail. He's the best. I give him anything. He's just anything I give him. Yeah. He went on and on and
You saw
in,
this? He said this?
yeah, I saw this myself, like at one of those press conference. Why did he get so out of this way
Because he wants
to?
Rubio to take his place. He doesn't want JD
Yes,
Vance.
that's
He's been unhappy with JD Vance.
well, Vance was against the war to start with.
Oh, I know. But Rubio wasn't?
He is, he's not, he is, I mean,
Yeah.
flip-flop.
But what about Cuba? Cuba is so struggling, and they're acting like they're going to hit Cuba next with what? These people have nothing.
It's going to be some sort of takeover, or I feel like something in Cuba is happening next after Iran. I really feel that, but it's not deep military. They can't defend themselves.
Yeah, yeah. Will there be a terrorist attack this year in New York? I've often felt New York. It could be transportation. The other one I felt the other day was Texas, maybe Dallas, maybe at the airport in Dallas. I'm not feeling
Airport,
California.
no, the airport, when you said airport, seems to resonate with me. A problem at an airport,
Yeah.
but
Oh,
I don't
really?
know where.
Oh, I
I
just
don't know.
saw. I haven't gotten this in a long time. I used to get them when we used to have some crashes. Remember? I remember that big crash that two planes crashed, a Boeing crashed, and I said it's the, what did I say? I said it was a software due to pilot error, but it was a software issue, actually, and the pilot couldn't adjust it. They both died, both
Oh yeah.
crashes, planes. And a woman that worked for Boeing said, I'll have you know I've worked for Boeing for 35 years. And you're not any kind of psychic, because that was not a software issue, it was pilot error. She's just really, nasty. And then they announced that it was a software issue.
Oh wow.
But I'll
You know,
have you know.
Boeing. There were 8 whistleblowers on Boeing. We know all the issues that the planes had, and a number of them died miraculously before
Oh, I
court and
know
all.
that happens a lot.
Ah, so crazy. 8 whistleblowers.
Oh, this is a good question. Where is Roger Stone hiding? I haven't heard a peep from him.
Quiet. So quiet energy. Like I feel like in the countryside, like I don't see him like even near people
He's
when I
not
get his
talking
energy.
out loud. I think he had somebody threaten him. I think he's wants to
Not
keep
feeling
quiet.
safe. Not feeling safe.
Will Orban lose his election? Yes, big
Yes.
time. Are the GOP building bunkers to protect them from the war and from the people? Yes.
They've already been using military base to have bunkers, and I mean, this is like, and some of them have been living off a bunker's base
Yeah.
already.
Yeah. Well, apparently Pam Bondi got rid of her apartment in Florida, in Washington, and has moved to a military house.
Yes, that's what I was referring
Yeah.
to. Rubio as well,
Yeah.
probably Patel as well. Yeah.
Yeah, to be protected. They have nice houses. They're living in the generals' houses. They're getting rid of the poor generals. Although, and she, what's her face? Fish lips. The one that just got canned. They're telling her to give that house up. She's in a Coast Guard general's house or bigwig's house, and I can hear them saying, because when they got rid of her, they told Kozlowski or whatever his name is. You got to go too.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
They were sick of him and you had to pass by anything you were spending to him. He was the one that had to sign it. She had no business making him in charge.
It's
$203
ridiculous.
million for a commercial. They said that they spent more money on her little effing commercials than they do on motion pictures.
And what she was, I mean, Linda, what was she thinking that she was running for president? I mean, give me a break.
Well, see, she's kind of stupid.
Yes,
And I feel that guy, he treats her like, to keep going and to be ruling.
yes.
Oh, honey, you're so beautiful. We need to have you, be the spokesperson. Oh, yeah, Brett, whatever. Because look at it. How stupid is it to go to a Mexican restaurant and put on a sombrero and have a picture taken for everybody to see that you can't stand Mexicans, but you don't mind being photographed with a sombrero? She's stupid. I was like that. Oh, God, that Republican. Wasn't he great? He said, I've worked a ranch. You had no right killing that puppy that was only a teenager.
Oh, yes. Oh,
And to
yes.
go kill the goat. Anybody can tell you, you got to neuter a goat so they won't be so anxious. Anybody
She
that
was,
works a farm can tell you that.
oh, that was good. That was really good. I saw that one.
She and Kennedy, Senator Kennedy, who I can't stand, but he did say, you got this money and the president knew about it. Oh yes, well, him and I discussed it now. And then Kennedy called Trump. He said, "Is it true?" And he said, "No."
No,
But you can't trust him either.
no.
If it made him look bad, he'll say no.
But he didn't say sir, so that gives him maybe the doubt.
Now here's a
Because he
question.
didn't say sir.
Now here's a question. What do you think about Nancy? Because I feel her body will be found soon. What are you feeling?
Where she has crossed a long
She's
time
crossed for
ago.
sure. I
Yeah.
felt her crossed as soon as she was missing. I hate to
Yeah.
say that, but I feel she'll help people find her.
I have no idea why, but I'm getting Easter.
Easter time, interesting. That could
Yes.
be, but I feel she'll be found soon. I don't know why I know that.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a good one. What's going to happen with birthright citizenship with the Supreme Court? They're not going to touch it. They're going to say if you were born, this is with the Constitution back in the beginning of
Yes.
time.
No.
I don't see them. So funny how Trump just couldn't believe that they said, but didn't we say the tariffs were going to be reversed?
And it would do, I felt like it would be mixed because it would do something, but what it did lasts only until July. So there's
Yeah, and he's
and
trying to do 10%, 15%. Yeah, whatever, dude. But he said, oh, well, if this really has, they need to relook it. No, they don't relook. And if this is true, then I can't build the ballroom. And yeah, whatever, dude. We don't care.
like, how does this come on top of priorities? I mean, when people are going to talk about, food and gas,
I
and I mean,
know.
this is
It's
going to
terrible.
be,
And let me tell you something, you guys. Kavanaugh's going, and so is Clarence Thomas.
must.
But Kavanaugh is going to be in some big trouble. And it's interesting. I've been prophesizing this, or my guys have been telling me this since the beginning, way back when. A lot of years has passed, but it's interesting. That's why you can't really say, I just know once Trump is gone the second time, the new press, see, because what's his name? The guy who was the AG that did nothing.
Garland, Merrick Garland.
Garland. He didn't get on it like he should have. But let me tell you, whoever the president is going to get an AG in there
Oh,
that's
yeah.
going to slice it up. Slice and dice. I tell this story all the time, and I'm sorry if I'm telling it again, but back when President Eisenhower, Roosevelt. President Roosevelt was trying to get through the New Deal, and the Supreme Court kept reversing it, saying, "No, you can't do that. You can't do that." He told the American people on his radio show, "Well, I guess I'm going to have to pack the courts because they're not allowing
Yep.
anything that I know that will help you." And do
Yep.
you know, right after that, they started voting.
I know.
And then he didn't have to pack the courts. I think this one will do the same, but I still see them in trouble because they can't identify, because they committed perjury in front of the
Of
Senate.
course. And what their role with the tariff, I think it's like the first sign of them turning on him, and
Yeah,
they might turn on him on some other topics. And so it's going to be so furious.
I know, I know. So, do you have any question you wanted to ask me, or just don't ask me
Uh,
my weight?
what do you make up of, and I forgot his name, I apologize. You know, in Texas, the Senate seat, it was, oh yeah, Tellerico against Crockett. Tellerico won the
Yeah,
primary, but do you think he has his chance
yeah,
for the,
absolutely.
okay.
He's gonna win. You'll be surprised how much glue comes through. Now
Oh, yes.
there was just something last night that everybody's like, "What?" The one that Trump
Yes,
picked won for the Reds, but our guy that came in Georgia, right?
that was the
He's
14th
17
district. I
points
think.
ahead of that. Yeah,
Yes.
he's gonna win.
Marjorie Taylor Greene. Yeah, Marjorie Taylor Greene. Yeah, that's the one I saw. Uh, what do you feel? You know, like we're moving away from like the snowstorm and the ice storm, but is that more getting into hurricane season and tornadoes and all that? Do you feel like?
Tornadoes. Did you see we
Yes,
lost a
yes,
couple of people in Indiana?
yes,
Big time unexpected tornadoes are happening.
yeah.
It's going to be
I'm
a little
getting
bit of an Armageddon, which also, if you think about it, if anybody was in this country planning on doing something, they can't because the weather keeps interfering. And I do see last year the hurricanes weren't so bad, but this year I see hurricane trouble.
yes. Uh, maybe another quick question. I think we know that the mayor of New York City, Mandani, is facing some risk. Like there was
Oh,
a
yeah, just
device with
terrible.
his home. Do you feel like he's relatively safe? I know he has
I
to be
see
careful.
master angels around him.
Okay,
I see him being protected. You know, Trump is
that's
lucky that way too. But
well, yeah.
that whole assassination attempt was a total fraud. The first
I
one
know.
blew his ear off. He's so lucky. And we're all sitting here and we're listening to this and like we're stupid. Like
I
none
know.
of us even watched Marcus Welby, MD. Like well, none of us know. Sure, I work in the medical field, but there's other people that must know. You can't grow your ear back.
What about his rash? What do you make of that? I hear different things. I'm curious.
I,
Being a nurse,
Yeah, well, I do think there's something to the syphilis. It looks like a syphilis rash, but it also could be some sort of reaction to something he's taking.
yeah,
It's
the
not
tape with
terminal.
the catheter. Because I keep getting the heart. So is there like a catheter or that was taped, or I don't know?
Yeah, he
Because they
could be.
can't use their hands much anymore.
I know, I know. He's got those big old bruises. Boy, I have thin veins. I used to get big old bruises like that. Of course, it doesn't help when somebody's going to start putting something in my vein that I smack them upside the head. Hey!
Anything, or maybe we can maybe ask that.
Okay.
Anything good that you see coming? Anything good?
I think
Like
Netanyahu
good
is
news?
going to be
Yeah.
gone. That's my good news. What are you feeling?
Well, my good news is that Iran's being kind of the pivotal point, and it's like the whole domino effect. That to me, leading all the way to the midterms. Like this is like a one straight road to the midterms.
Yeah.
And sadly, we're gonna have to face like The economy, the struggles with the economy,
Big time
yes,
troubles
but
with the oil. And let me tell you, Iran, I swear to God, I believe them. I believe that they thought that we were coming to a deal. And then when this happened, and then Trump said that shot that killed all those kids wasn't from the United States, and then the Pentagon said, yeah, it was from us. We thought it was an old establishment for some, and it wasn't. They had changed it to, instead of doing intel and updating like we
yeah,
could have, when we
exactly.
had people working. Um, so, but let me tell you, there will be bloodshed, just like I said before. They don't mess. It's like waking up the sleeping giant. And I don't think Netanyahu even knew how bad this was going to be.
No,
They were all pompous in there. Yeah, we need to get rid of Iran. We hate Iran. Iran
yes.
this and that. And now their people are leaving. Nobody wants to be there. They're leaving Gaza, which the Palestinians are like, yeah, see ya, bye. And they're crying and they're losing people. And, they didn't care when they were hurting others.
I got the sense like they got really surprised. I mean, it's definitely not going the way they thought. They
No.
thought Iran would be firing back at Israel, but they fired the whole region to create a mess.
And they messed up that thing that was able to detect if something's coming in. They blew up something we had there that was worth millions and millions. They blew that up. And they got smart people in there. You don't mess with Iran. I'm going to tell you. Eventually,
No,
Iran will be a democratic thing, but they
yeah,
will not forgive until he's gone. As long as Trump's gone, they might open the door a little, but they're not opening it to Netanyahu or Trump.
they will fight to
Tooth and nail.
they will,
And
and they
even
will
the
never
people
give up.
that don't like their government
Yeah,
will come up and fight on behalf of Iran. Yeah, don't mess
yes.
with us.
And they killed the supreme leader. His son took over. What does that change? The guy was already, they already prepared in such section anyway, and there's always gonna be a new one to take. So
Yeah,
what
and
a
stupid. And also, you made him a martyr. So, but listen, I just
exactly.
got a hit. I see it at an airline, civilian airline crashing. I just saw
No.
it. I don't know if it's here in the United States or in a different.
Well, boats. I mean, there's an issue with boats too. I mean,
Yeah, and
it's
also they're having a hard time. My guy came to fix my refrigerator this morning, and he said, "I'm sorry, but your part was like $100." And I said, "Yeah, well." He said, "Listen, Linda, the parts are going up like crazy. They're having a hard time getting them."
yeah.
And I got a Bosch. What do you call them? BOI
Bosch.
Bosch
Yeah, Bosch.
refrigerator. Let me tell you, that refrigerator is the best refrigerator, like for the ice, because I've had Samsung and other ones, and sure enough, that ice thing always broke down. But that thing always has ice, no problem. The refrigerator runs is nice and quiet, and I have the same thing with my dishwasher, beautiful. But even on the dishwasher, the parts break like crazy. The inside of it, the twirling wheel breaks,
I,
the
but you
the
want,
the bin
I think
breaks.
they make it so you buy a new one
They put
every.
these cheap plastic parts in it and they break. Yeah. Not like the old Maytags back in the day. You're too young, but when I was young, I remember those days where my mom had a defroster refrigerator.
Mhm.
It was full of ice. You just have to do it all the time. They sure made it
I mean,
nice with the ice machines and stuff.
it's the same thing with phone. They slow down on purpose so you feel like it's slowing down.
Yeah. Listen, I don't know if I told you, but Mel sent me a couple of emails to join his Zoom and it didn't go through. And he also went to my Gmail. I think, and yesterday there was a big shutdown where my son lives in Novato. I think there's something going on strategically.
You you know that yesterday there were issues with YouTube. You might even have received an email as a creator. They admitted that there was a problem just yesterday. It's funny you're saying that.
Oh my
There
God,
was
I
an issue.
didn't see any problems. What did they say?
Yes, They didn't say why, but there wasn't. I mean, the whole studio wouldn't come through.
Oh, wow.
You know, the
That
creator
happened not
side
too long
outside.
ago.
Yes,
Yeah. Wow, I didn't know that. I did prayers this morning. Was that YouTube? Yeah, that was YouTube. I did prayers and it was fine on live.
I did one show. Oh my goodness, like people were in the chat putting messages and they would never come through.
That's weird. I mean, we've been spoiled. We haven't had to deal with
And
that.
I know.
Oh my God.
And there might be, I mean, on that topic, yeah, I feel like there's also going to be cyber attacks.
Yeah.
Yes, because remember, like the I'm going back to Iran. They're going to use every means at their disposal. Cyber, shutting down power.
Oh yeah, they are. And listen, they are watching Trump like a hawk. There may be an attempted hit or something, but I feel like they're watching him.
Yes.
Hmm. And you know what? They could be rude and mean like Trump and just hit a school or do something to hurt others. I don't see them doing that. The thing with America is, in America, when 9/11 happened, because it killed Americans, they will grab their arms in battle. You
Well,
just like you don't screw with Iran, you don't screw with America with civilians because we will
no,
arm ourselves and get going. But that's maybe they know that, but I see them hitting military, maybe even FBI. I see them hitting other parts.
if civilians.
Yeah,
Oh,
maybe,
oh, oh, oh.
maybe. And that airplane
No,
crash, it feels like they're trying to blame somebody, but I don't know what it is.
yeah. Well, it's also like, I mean, I know that's like a different level because, well, we're still talking human lives, but this whole war is creating like really an ecological problem. You can, even if you survive, you're in Iran and you survive, you can't breathe. The water is bad. You can grow food. It's because of the toxicity of all the bombing. And so
I
it destroyed the whole country for generations.
I know. I know. It's terrible. And Russia is trying to get in here and doing crazy things. He's going too. Putin's going pretty soon.
I mean, I felt for a while that he would benefit from this because, you know, what everyone, the US is distracting with Iran, is he can do what he wants in Ukraine. It doesn't feel to be that. It doesn't feel like he's
Ukraine
gaining
feels more
much out of
powerful
it.
as we speak. Yeah.
Yes. Did you see that uh, Zelensky told Trump, well, we see that the Iranians are sending a lot of drones. Do you want us to help you with how to deal with drones? We're happy to help you with drone. Can you imagine Trump hearing from Zelensky, we can help you? I'm sure he
I
didn't.
thought they reached out to them and asked them for help. No?
Well, I think it was both ways.
Yeah. And then did you
But I think,
see Jared and the other guy are talking about doing making drones and starting a new corporation?
oh my God, I didn't see that.
They're idiots.
But I mean, Trump should be grateful for Ukraine to help the
I
US
wouldn't
after
do
the,
one thing for him because he wouldn't turn around and do anything. He's in Putin's hands and Netanyahu's hands.
yeah. Because I mean, while he still talks with Putin, Putin behind the scenes helps Iran.
Yes.
Like China, it's the same thing. There
Yeah. And
are,
everybody announced that Putin gave where you can hit to get Americans over in Iran, or with the bases and stuff. He gave them the information.
I know, isn't that stupid?
So Putin is also a part of the we lost blood was spilt because of Putin.
I know.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
Well, my friend, it was
Yeah.
wonderful talking to you. We've been
Thank you
talking
for
for a
having me.
while.
I know, I
I
know,
love
I
it.
know.
Well, 30 minutes of us talking was just gossiping. But my son's having a birthday uh, this weekend, so we're going to go. I got to go order his cake.
Okay, well, happy birthday to him.
Thank you. My baby. We both went to the dentist yesterday. He was clear. I have a cavity here, and I've got a back tooth that has no bottom tooth. This one was pulled years ago. And this one, I guess, kind of has openings here where they think it has a covering or whatever they call that. But
Feeling or
cavity,
no?
they said we'll have to remove the thing. It already has a root canal. We'll
No.
have to remove it. I said, pull the damn tooth. It's really of no use because there's
Yeah, yeah.
nothing down here. And they said, okay. But this one, these two here, I have what do you call these? I still left my gap. Um,
Veneers,
I have veneers.
veneers.
And these two, I had talked about doing veneers, and they said, you know what, do you want us to do this and then do the two veneers? I said, sure. That's going to
Yeah,
cost some money. $800 a
it's
veneer.
not cheap. No.
But I'll be Hollywood. All right, sweetheart. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everyone.
Bye,
Thanks for having
everybody.
me.
Whoop.